How's it going, everyone? The week 45 patch notes are here for ICARUS. So this week the devs have added a slew of changes for the mounts and a whole new husbandry section. As always, I will be leaving a link down for the patch notes in the pinned comment if you want to go and check everything out in its entirety. So I am going to be showing you a lot of side-by-side comparisons today. It's the best way to show you the differences of having the new talents and not having the new talents. As always, before the video gets started, I'd appreciate if you do find this video helpful, leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, I'd greatly appreciate it. So first of all is you want to go to the habitation tab on your talents, and then go along to husbandry. Now this is where it's going to affect all of your mounts. It's broken up into 3 separate tiers. Left is mostly focused on taming, temperature tolerances, and giving your juveniles immunity from attacking predators. So the middle branch here is a big focus on gathering, food and water consumption, mount health, and the amount predators will perceive them as a threat. The right hand side of the husbandry tree is a focus on stamina bonuses, reduce player oxygen, food and water requirements. So I'm assuming that's while you're riding it. Carry weight and movement speed. So now I'm just going to read from the patch notes a little section on what the key fixes are before I get into showing you direct comparisons to someone who doesn't have the new talents to a character that has max talents, and I want to show you the differences. So I've got some stuff to show you on that after this. So key mount fixes and new mechanics. We have increased the default carry weight capacity of the buffalo mount and added an extra capacity to the pack harness. We have added new ability to manually feed and give water to mount from items in your quick bar. So I'll show you all this in a second, so you can now hand feed and water the mount. We have improved the mount juvenile ability to navigate towards troughs and beds. That was a big issue for some people, but I didn't have any issues with that. Mounts no longer starve to death when at a distance from the player. Mounts juveniles now take nutrition value into account when eating, meaning they will consume lower quantities of high nutrition items such as watermelons, but will consume higher quantities of low nutrition items such as berries. So this is like basically circling back to what I was doing on my outpost for the past couple of weeks and showing you, like, it's if you're planning an outpost, that is, it's recommended to have a greenhouse, and then you just grow all your stuff in there to feed the animals. So now, obviously, watermelons would probably be the go-to item, and growing watermelons inside your greenhouses now, and then just feeding them in the troughs. Okay, so here I am on my little ranch here with my buffaloes. So I'm going to show you how to feed and water your mounts now. So make sure you have your water on your hotbar along with some food. For the purpose of this, I've just got some corn I'm growing in my greenhouse. We'll ignore this little feature right now. We'll get that later on in the video. So now to water your mount, you can just make sure your water select on your hotbar and just press right click on your mount and it will give it water, and you've seen that its bar went to 100%. Let's do it on that one as well, 100%. Simple as that, and it really doesn't use that much water up, to be fair. Okay, and now it's the same for the food. Just right click with the food on your hotbar and it slowly goes up with corn. Okay, so we've got a bit of a hungry buffalo here. 83, and let's go with a watermelon. If this one decides to stop trying to photobomb me. Yeah, watermelons by hand feeding are really good. There's also now a gate in the game. This is really poorly put together by me. Obviously, I'll make this look better on today's stream. But there's now a wood railing gate, and it is simply in your crafting screen here. And it's just at the bottom, wood railing gate. It requires wood and fiber, nice and cheap. And just can go ahead, press F on it, and it'll open up like so. And just press F on it again, and it'll close. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the direct comparisons between somebody who doesn't have the talents and somebody who does have the talents, and the differences between the mounts now. There's a section on the patch notes which also covers the future mount features, so I'm just going to read it straight off for you. Our first iteration of mounts has been a success. and we've been encouraged by the positive feedback and constructive criticism we've received from the community. We have a lot of plans for this new system to come into the future, and we wanted to talk about a couple of these. The Husbandry tree released today is one of those features as we move forward. Multi-mission persistence. In the future, we aim to expand these opportunities for player choice with the addition of mount leveling and talents. I did say mount leveling was coming. It was, to be honest, it's logical, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. We have also been experimenting with mounts being able to pull different items and machines across different terrains that would offer various uses along the different types of saddles and attachments. We're also looking at other animals that can be raised into mounts, particularly in the next DLC expansion. So what I'd like to see going forward for the Arctic is have like a sled and being able to tame wolves. So you can have the wolves pull the sled. So you can have 4 wolves pull the sled. Obviously have talents bound in that. So the higher your talents, the more wolves you can have. So like have up to a maximum of maybe 6 wolves or something, and have them pull you across the Arctic. So something else for future content wise is the 3 distinct game modes. Open world mode. Open world mode provides a traditional survival experience where you can access the entire map and choose your drop zones in a persistent, dangerous environment with respawning world bosses, weather impacts, and no experience reduction. Outposts. Outposts will provide a sandbox experience allowing you to create and build a controlled environment where your creativity and ambition will be able to run wild. This is designed to be self-contained experience. Missions. Our instance missions are the bread and butter of ICARUS, with self-contained stories and missions that play out over portions of the map and develop the narrative and the future of the universe. We have no plans to stop developing and evolving them as they are integral to ICARUS and will always be the center of our development, which they have to clarify that, let's be honest. Open world mode and outposts will both receive updates and improvements going forward with their own identities, allowing both to evolve into their own designated features. Open world mode has more unannounced features to come and will launch with both Olympus and Styx as playable areas. As a result, the Olympus outpost will be removed, but with the smaller maps will stay and evolve with unique features in future. Oh, there goes my outpost. In the long run, we are aiming to include the ability to trigger missions from your open world mode bases, but this will not be available in this first pass. Releasing this version is the first step in our journey towards this goal. This is massive. The fact that it's either a huge coincidence or someone over at ICARUS HQ is listening to the suggestions we've been doing on stream for the past couple of weeks now, ever since the open world mode got mentioned. You know, I say there should be a way for us on the planet on open world mode to be able to do missions and have like a console to craft or something where we can pick from each mission and just, you know, and we can do the missions from there without having to go back up. This, I'm glad the devs are listening. This is awesome. And I look forward to whenever this feature is released. Narrative chain missions. We have been working on a few narrative missions which will form a chain to incorporate a new story from the beginning to end with new characters and objectives. This allows us to form a more campaign feel around a central story that spans multiple drops, and we hope they will immerse our players deeper into the lore of ICARUS. These missions should also start providing more detail and insight into the various factions, characters, history, and stories that surround the failed terraforming project and give players more engagement with the different elements of the universe. There you go, everybody. There's the week 45 patch notes for ICARUS for you. If you found it helpful, leave a like on the video. I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and wow, I'm blown away with the fact that an idea I was talking about on stream for the past couple of weeks regarding the open world mode and missions is now going to be a future like thing in game. So I just want to thank everyone who's listening over at ICARUS HQ. This, honestly, I genuinely do believe this will be an awesome feature for the game, and my viewers also seem to agree because they like the idea as well. So Either it's a huge coincidence or somebody's listening. And I just want to say thank you.